All right, G's. Today, I'm gonna tell you a little story. I'm gonna tell you the story of, I think it was 16. It was the summer of 2016 when I nearly had a fight 40 fucking guys over a chick that I banged. Now, the reason I'm telling this story, guys, is there's a bunch of lessons in shit. So get some popcorn or whatever the fuck you want to get and listen. Because this story has a lot of fucking lessons for you on how to navigate life and what things to avoid, what things to fucking do. Now, let's start. I was 16, doing my thing, being awesome, being extremely just amazing. And back then, I had like this best friend, right? And I ain't gonna lie, we tried to fuck chicks. So now we have like, we had these two chicks. And these two chicks invite us to like this home party. Like, not a home party, but just a little like kickback. And we're there, and we're like, chicks are cooking, we're just walking around, checking out everything. Some guys, just music, party, everything's going smooth. It's just a nice kickback, right? Then everyone leaves, and then we're sleeping over with the chicks. It's like two chicks, two guys. We're like 16 in this fucking hole. All right, you already know where it's leading to. So, one thing leads to the next, this and that. All of a sudden, like, making out with this chick. Just basic shit, right? And I'm making out with her. One thing leads to the next. You can probably paint the picture. So now, wake up in the morning, and we're kind of like ignoring the chicks. We're like, yeah, whatever. And this chick comes up to me, and she's like, I'm such a nice guy. And then she starts talking about her ex. Which is a red flag anyway. Like these chicks, when they start talking about ex, something's up with them. And I'm like, who's your ex? Show me your ex. Because I'm obviously like way better, way cooler than everything. Just A-class nigga. And she shows me this guy. He looks like a fucking stick, up to down. Looks like a fucking nerd. Stick, glasses, just, like want to be cool. Like, I mean, he has some type of style, I guess, but like, what was his name? He had like this weird ass name, like E or something. Well, I might be remembering wrong, whatever. So I essentially call him the stick. I'm like, why does your ex look like a stick? He's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, look at these guns. Like, actually, look at these guns. Like, no wonder you switched. Like, no wonder I stole you. Can you even see my six-pack through this? Whatever. And this other chick that my guy was with hears this, right? Like, yeah, stick, haha. I'm like so cool. Fucking gains all over the place. Of course, fucking switched to me. And she hears all that shit. So we all say goodbye, go home. Now, this friend of hers, all of a sudden, goes in school to this girl's ex, goes there and starts telling him, Prince called you stick, huh? Prince said this about you, Prince said this. And this guy now is like, who the fuck is Prince? And he didn't even probably say in this voice, but whatever. Because, he's like, very skinny, fucking looks like a nerd. Nerds don't talk like that. Now, he calls me. He's like, yo, bro, I heard you called me a stick. I'm like, yeah, because you look like a stick. He's like, yo, you can't say that shit. I'm like, say what I'm, like, not even like fucking trying to like be disrespectful, but I meant what I said. You look like a stick, and that's all I said to your chick. Now, he realizes that I essentially stole his chick. And now, I stole his chick and now call him a stick. And he can't do anything about it. So now what he does is, he says, bro, you can't do that fucking shit. We I challenge you to a fight. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Okay, cool, whatever. And then we make a location. So basically, I was gonna come to the school, and he was gonna talk to me, because that's like we always went there. Like we always picked up the chicks back then. Like at the school, we would like pick them up. Blah. Now, my friend now hears this, and he's like, bro, what the fuck? I'm fighting too. I'm like, bro, this is cool, bro. So, and then because we heard that guy wanted to fight me, his friend had beef with my friend. So my friend's like, fuck this shit, we're all fighting. I'm like, okay, bro, whatever. So now we have this location, this and that. And my friend first meets the other guy he has beef with. Not even like the guy that did the stick, right? So everything starts escalating, bro. Everything starts fucking escalating. So I'm supposed to fight the stick. My friend is gonna fight the guy who's beefing with. And now my other friend was gonna fight some other random guy that I've never heard about, who's also like associated with this guys. So I'm like, bro, fuck it. Honestly, just fuck this shit. We're gonna go rounds. I'm gonna fight this guy, then my friend's gonna fight this guy, and this guy's gonna fight this guy. And I was like, fuck it, let's just bring back up. I have this friend called Alex. He's a boxer. We gotta just bring him to. Whatever, fuck it. So we're like rolling up on these guys. Just like we're in Europe, it's called fucking, like in Austria, it's called U-Bahn, like underground train. We're just going. We're like, we're gonna fuck these guys up. Now, there was one red flag. I'm gonna tell you, it's one red flag, which is there was supposedly this guy called David Coca. Like literally, bruv, called David Coca. And I was basically referring to him as David Cock. Now, of course, to tease him and shit like that. So I'm calling him David Cock. And I heard, like basically, me and my friends talking, like this guy supposedly has like a fucking like cast, like because he broke his arm. And he's like supposed to fight too. And that was like the red flag. We're gonna get to that. So I'm like, how the fuck is a guy with a cast gonna fight? Like, whatever, makes it easier, whatever. So now we roll up. We're like at the station, right? The train comes to the station. Like me, my friend Alex, a boxer, my two other friends, fucking get out. We're like, bruv, we're like 4 people. And like, what the fuck's gonna happen? Like I'm buff as fuck. He can fight. He's a boxer. We're gonna fuck these guys up. So we get out of the station, and you can see like it's basically like a train station. And now like we're not on the ground anymore, but we went up, right? And now we're on this like platform, like it's like a station, but it's like up, and you can go down the stairs. But there's like a huge plexiglass. You have to imagine, huge plexiglass where you can peek outside, and outside was like a mall, and we wanted to check out what the situation even is like. So I'm like, bro, let's first check out what the situation is. So I peek through the plexiglass, look down on the mall to the entrance, and I see 4, like, bruv, it literally like looked like a mass, just you know, like when they protest, like just masses of people. That's literally what it looked like. I'm like, bro, is that normal? I turned to my friend, like, why are so many people here? My friend's like, fuck. Like, bro, literally, like 40, probably more people came because of our beef. So my friend's like, bro, should we leave? I'm like, bro, fuck that shit. We ain't leaving. What do you mean we're leaving? We're going down. All right. So we go down, and everyone like notices, right? Just walk down, and then like you need to imagine like there's just massive people in front of the mall entrance. So like they part ways and let us go into the middle. Now at this point, the people we're supposed to fight aren't even there. Like they're literally not there. And then they announced to us that they're gonna come in like 5 minutes, and we should go like to this other side. It's like a little bit further, like behind the mall, and there's like this grass field, some trees, and we're supposed to wait there for it. I'm like, yeah, whatever, fuck that shit. So we'll wait 5 minutes till David Cock comes around. And this guy, literally, you have to imagine, he's like fucking has like a what do you call these bags? Like fanny bag or something like that. And comes up literally with his cast, like limping, looking like fucking Compton, like the movie, and he's like limping, and he's got like one hand fucking in his fucking like trouser bags like this, in his pants, like comes up to me. He's like, "Are you Prince?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, "What do you want?" He's like, "I heard about you. I'm gonna fuck you up." Like, you ain't got shit. The fuck you want from me? And then he literally like comes up, fucking presses forward against mine, and we do like a stare down. And I'm just like, I'm not blinking or something. I just look him in the eyes and let him know I'm not a fucking pussy. Just look in the eyes. Poker face, no blinking, no nothing. All of a sudden he backs up, and all of a sudden I look like to the right, someone starts fighting. And it's my friends who just started fighting with this random like Afghanistan guy. Because you have to imagine like this. This is not like normal, like Austrians don't do this shit. Like it's, bro, this was like fucking people from Afghanistan, Syrians, just fucking like, I don't even like it. In Austria we call them Chuchkin, like Chechena, and all that fucking shit, Chuksin. So I'm like, bruv. So my friend starts fighting, and apparently it was like a 1-to-1. So I leave him alone. Like it's just like he didn't want anyone to go in. Start fighting. So I'm standing there. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And I wasn't even supposed to fight David Koch. I was supposed to fight the ex of the chick that I fucking ate the sandwich of. So everything's just fucking weird. All of a sudden, look at David Koch. He fucking does this. Yo, stand back. Fucking, then the hand he had in his fucking pants pulls out his hand. It's a fucking knife. It's like, anyone comes near here, I'm gonna fuck you up. So my other best friend now, he's like, bro. He gets scared as fuck. He's like, bro, no, I didn't want to. I didn't mean it that way. And then, like, literally, for some reason, like all the 40 people decide to start running after my friend. So now I'm just like in this grass field, like, and I couldn't do anything. Like they were already like in front. Like basically, I was here. The mass of people started running, and in the very front is my friend. So even if I tried, I couldn't even catch up. So I'm like, bro, I'm just standing in the grass field. This guy just pulled out a knife, so I chased my best friend. This other friend of mine, he's fucking like fighting this guy, and then my other boxing friend, he also just stands like right there, with we're just like, what the fuck? So, like 5 minutes later, my best friend, who they just chased, runs back. This nigga starts crying. Like, I thought I'm gonna die. I ran up the. He tells me I ran up the station. The door was about to close. There was a train. I jumped in. And then I fell on the floor. I was like, help. And then apparently he jumped in while the door was closed of the train, so the people couldn't catch him when it closed. He went down on the floor, went one station, and then ran back because he thought I died. So now the police comes up, everything breaks up. Everyone runs away. Of course, if they hear the word police, everyone runs away. And now I'm here with like this guy. I see him, the actual guy who I was supposed to fight. All of a sudden, he's like, yo, bro, like, I know we wanted to fight, but, like, to be honest, I didn't mean it that way, like, you look at you, like, you're, like, strong, I'm not even, like, built that way, so honestly, like, if you don't want to fight, bro, it's just fine. So I'm telling like, bro, whatever, fuck it. Okay. He goes away. Now, to not make the story too long, essentially at some point, we're, like, calling David Koch because the police was looking for him. Police looked for him because weapon, this, that, like, he had a knife. And apparently there's weapons, like, in the crowd and shit. So he's in trouble. I'm like, yo, bro, David Koch, we're gonna get you. Like, I'm gonna make sure to fucking take you into jail, David Koch. I literally, it's so funny, man. And apparently he just went to the police at some point with a white suit, famoosed them, and then nothing happened to him. End of story. So that was the story of me that I nearly fought, or essentially, like, we call it in German, we call it Massenfetzerei. So basically just a bunch of people fighting, like mass fight. I was essentially almost involved in a mass fight. And there's a bunch of lessons I want you to take from this. The number one lesson you need to take from this is that all wars are almost all wars, the spark of it is a female. You need to be careful, guys. I love females. I love them. And they love me. Or else, I wouldn't be rumbling. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of fucking insecure guys and manipulation where the girl knows that, and they'll essentially try to fuck you over a girl. You guys need to be careful with this shit. Girls can be the biggest detraction when it comes to shit like this. There's guys literally getting killed. There's guys literally getting stabbed. There's guys literally their face getting punched in just because of a dumb hoe. So, lesson number one. If there is a chick, if she has like some boyfriend, or if you know like this girl, if she's like in danger circles, just leave it, brother. Just leave it. It's not worth it. In fact, let me give you an example. Right now I'm in Panama. But I've also been to Mexico. Like, I have 2 apartments there. Huge penthouse, another apartment that I just had. And like, we go into the club and there's like just a bunch of chicks. Like, we were literally like going to the club, like me and my friends with like 20 chicks, and called the Wrangle. Now, in these clubs, there's literally narcos. Like, there's literally narcos in these clubs. Like, they're just like, they just come up to me like, hey bro, like, what's up? I'm like, yeah, cool. And like, yeah, by the way, I'm a narco. Like, it's literally how it rolls in Mexico. And I would never be so dumb to try to fuck one of the chicks. In fact, if I'm like on Instagram and scrolling through chicks that I might like, check out or whatever, if I see this chick is living like a huge lifestyle, like literally, I've seen some chicks that have like a Ferrari in their profile picture or in their pictures. I'm like, a guy bought this. No chick just has a Ferrari, and this guy who bought this probably has influence, and I ain't trying to fuck with that shit. So you gotta learn how to respect. You gotta learn respect, man. So, I mean, did I not have respect when I said this guy's a stick? Yeah, I didn't. Do I regret it? No. But I probably shouldn't have just said, yo, your ex is a loser. Because now this chick tells the ex, the ex gets angry, and this brings us to the second point. If a guy threatens you, even though you're almost 95% sure that you can fuck this guy up totally, this guy has something up his sleeve. Now, what this guy had was 40 other guys. Because you know how it works? First, like I told you, I have to fight that guy. Now, that guy is beef with that guy, so this guy joins in. Then those 2 guys tell 2 friends, yo, we're having beef. Now, you got to bring in the other guys as backup. And those guys bring backup. Now, and this guy tells his brother, and he tells his cousin, and he tells his best friend, and he tells his cousin, he tells his brother. And all of a sudden, you have 40 people showing up to a fight. Literally. In fact, it happened to one of my friends. He was in Tenerife, and there was like a bunch of people from Morocco, and one guy punched one guy, one I don't even call it like Moroccan, whatever, and he ran back, notified all his friends. All the other friends from all the clubs came in and started fighting this one guy. Literally. They just called everybody. So if there's a guy who threatens you and you think you can totally fuck him up, you probably can't because he has something up his sleeve. Now, in my case even, he had a fucking knife. David Koch had a knife. So, do not fuck with this shit. In fact, if you're in a club, if you're like about to face an altercation, you have to de-escalate. It's not fucking worth it. Just de-escalate. If you're bumping someone in the club, if something happens, just say sorry. It's fine. Only at the last fucking possible way you can use violence. If there's no other way. But like most of the time, you might get fucked up. Or at risk of getting fucked up. For no obvious benefit. Like literally. Now, the third thing that I took from this is never fucking show weakness. Now, when this guy came up, literally, you have to think about it like this. There's like 40 guys in a grass field. All of a sudden, this guy comes looks like straight out of Compton. Fanny bag, like limping, fucking cast in his hand. I'm like, bro, everyone's like, what the fuck? Even I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, it's gonna be easy to beat this guy up. It's a fucking cast, he can't even do shit. But this guy had a knife. Now, when this guy came up to me, what he was looking for weakness. Because he came up to me, pressed his forehead into my forehead, looked me in the eyes, locked eyes. I was like, will I smell fucking weakness, like fear from this guy? But I didn't show anything. He asked me he essentially asked me like, yo, are you Prince? I'm like, yeah, I'm Prince. What the fuck you want from me? I essentially just showed that what he does doesn't affect me. Now, funny enough, things like this can actually de-escalate a situation. Because if he looks me in the eye and I have zero fear, now he doesn't know what I have. Maybe I have a fucking knife as well. He doesn't fucking know. I mean, I didn't have one, but essentially never show weakness. In fact, what's funny, if you know, when I was young, I had like this weird ass hobby. So like there was like our neighbor had a dog, and me and my little brother, we would go near the dog, provoke the dog until it started chasing us, and it would run away. Like, I don't know why, but it was fun as fuck. Like, we actually thought the dog like is dangerous and could fuck us up, but for some reason we went to this dog, tried to provoke it until it started chasing us, and it would just run, and there was this wall, and then we would jump over it. Now this one time, we did the same shit, and we're running away, and I literally tripped and fall, and I thought I was gonna die. Like, I literally thought the dog was gonna catch up to me and fucking tear me apart. But I fell down, and I was basically waiting to get fucked. And then nothing happens. I look over, and the dog's just standing there. Now, what does this mean? There's an animal instinct that is when someone is fearful and runs away and looks scared, that is when you attack. You attack what's weak. If you don't show weakness, if you show strength, people are less likely to attack. Now, these are the 3 lessons I took from this. Guys, just, if you want to be successful, you don't want to be involved with this type of shit, all right? Of course, like, it was experience for me, so at some point you have to do dumb shit to learn, but best thing is if you learn from other people's dumb shit. So, guys, make sure you stay on path. If you want to get rich, you can't fucking roll with people like that. Like, if someone has a fucking boy, if some girl's obviously, like, if she doesn't tell you, it's fine. But if she obviously has a boyfriend, let's just go and fuck her and then just fucking brag about it. You're gonna attract enemies. Especially, like, look, I don't know where you grew up in. Like I was like with ghetto people. Now, I didn't grow up in the ghetto, but I was surrounded by ghetto people. And those people, they don't fucking give a shit. All these people are broke now. And I'm fucking here in Panama making a whole bunch of money. So take that, guys. Learn from the lessons. And do not fuck with things like that. Done.